Hey, I'm Chase, and this is All Things Random. Today, we're looking at the Escapement Time Fliger Type B. Now, this watch was sent to me by the League of Watches, and I will leave every link down below in the description to each one of their channels. Now, this watch sadly has to go, but sad or not sad, it's just not my cup of tea. Now, let's just hop right into the hands-on. Okay, and here is the box that the Escapement Time Fliger Type B comes in. This is the watch itself. Now, this is basically a quintessential pilot's watch. Now, this thing inside houses the NH35. With that screw-down crown, this thing offers 300 meters of water resistance, which for a pilot's watch is absolutely amazing, since most pilot's watches only offer 100 meters of water resistance, maybe 200 meters like my Hamilton Khaki Big Pilot. This offers 300 meters of water resistance. Inside is, again, the NH35 hacking and hand winding. You can see right there. The second hand does stop. The time is very smooth, as you'd expect, with adjusting the time. Now, it does have a ghost position because it does have an NH35, but there is no date. So that's not terrible, but it's just something I don't like to see. But for me, if you're going to have a watch with a movement with no date, the movement actually needs to have no date, not a ghost position, but it's not necessarily a killer. Now, let's talk about the dimensions of this watch real quick. Now, the case size for this is 42 millimeters, and it is in a 316L stainless steel. It does have some nice horizontal brushing with brushing along this bezel. I really like the way the lugs are set up. They slope down very nicely. The case thickness on this, since we're here, is 12 millimeters high, and the lug width of this is 20 millimeters. So basically, it's going to fit any watch strap, to include this pilot style watch strap that's on it right now. Screw down case back, screw down crown. Like I said, 300 meters of water resistance. Really love just this basic design on the back. Very low key, very tooly, which is exactly what a Flieger watch needs to be. Talk about tooly, doesn't even have any writing on the dial. It doesn't say Escapement Time, doesn't say Flieger, doesn't say Type B, doesn't say anything. It is just whatever you need to read the watch. Minutes around the outside, hours around the inside ring. You can see that hour hand is short for that inside ring. The minute hand is long for that outside ring. And you see that second hand reaches out and touches the outside of that chapter ring. Very nice. Now, you can see right here, if I sort of move it in the light, let me see, you can see that those hands are blued. Now, according to Aliexpress, which is the only place I can actually find this watch, can't find it anywhere else other than Aliexpress right now. I will leave a link down below. They say the blued hands is actually heat treated to blue it the correct way. So, not just painted on, actually heat treated blue hands. It's really nice to see. The leather strap that comes with it seems like it's pretty high quality. It does say just genuine leather. However, it is a thick, sturdy type leather, and on the wrist, it's actually quite comfortable. You can see it's been on the wrist of several reviewers right now, and it will also be on my wrist as well. And right here, you can see it has a plain brushed unsigned buckle. No big deal there. And let's talk about the price of this watch. NH35 inside, flat, dead sapphire crystal on the front, but it is sapphire crystal. Really nice brushing on the outside. Screw down back, screw down crown, 300 meters of water resistance, automatic hacking, hand winding, blued hands, and this thing on AliExpress is only $100. It's $99. It's actually really hard to believe that this watch is offered so low. Now, this is not necessarily my cup of tea. In fact, my Hamilton Big Khaki Pilot also has a shorter hand on the hour, but it is a little larger on the actual dial size, so it's not that small. It just bothers me, and it's all Flieger watches that bother me. I am not the biggest fan of Flieger watches. This watch does it the right way, but I'm just not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of that short hour hand or that long minute hand, but it has a reason. It does a job, and that is the important thing. It is meant to be on a pilot's wrist, meant to be tough, and in fact, there's a company out there that say their watches are meant for military pilots, and they use the same movement inside. So, you know, if they say that movement's tough, then you know this movement is tough, even in this $100 watch. It's just as tough as their $600 watch. So, tough movement, meant to be on a pilot's wrist, $100, which means you really can't do wrong. If you love the Flieger style watches, love the fact that it's not cluttered with any type of writing. It is a busy dial only because it's a pilot's watch, and that's just how they're designed. But overall, the overall aesthetic is very, very beautiful. Let's try it on the wrist. Now on my 7¼ inch wrist, this 42mm watch does not fit overly big. And in fact, I think that a lot of watches really sweet spot are between 39mm and 42mm. 42mm just a little on the large side, but overall it does not sit too high at 12mm, so slips just easily under the cuff. No big deal at all. Beautiful watch, really like what they did. What I like the most about this watch is the price. Well, before we close out the video of the Escapement Time Fliger Type B, I'm just going to sort of go on a little bit of a tangent. Now, the Flieger style watch is the most well-known version of a pilot's watch. In fact, its heritage goes back a long, long way. From the way the hour hand is set up to the way the second hand is set up, it's very unique, and any Flieger style watch basically looks the same. It is quintessential pilot's watch, and this watch with a sapphire crystal, an NH35 movement inside, is only $99. So tell me, if you have a 316L stainless steel watch with a sapphire crystal, screw down crown, 300 meters of water resistance, and the same movement in an avian watch, why are there watches over $600 when I could buy 6 of these for the same price? And it's basically built with the same quality and standards. I'm just throwing a little bit out there, a little bit of tidbit for those who love avian watches. They, again, refuse to send me a watch review. They do not accept professional reviews, but thought I'd just throw it out there when it comes to a pilot's watch that has the same movement inside, has the same basic type of specifications with its water resistance, its sapphire crystal, and, well, basically everything else, minus the fact that it doesn't have a brand on it. Well, if you like videos and videos like this, hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a comment of the content you guys would like to see. On this channel, I have a lot of videos coming up in the future, so make sure you guys are hitting that notification bell so you guys can be notified when I drop the next video. Until next time.